Welcome, Leo, to your reading for July. So this will be from Cancer season to Leo season. These messages are timeless, so whenever you're attracted to watch this video is the right time to receive its messages. Happy birthday for your birthday coming up, Leos. Love to have you guys here. And yeah, let's jump into your reading. So this will be a general reading. It will be a part 1. Part 2 will be available on Patreon for 10 USD a month. I think it works out to about $16 Australian a month. And when you access the Patreon video, you will get all 12 signs extended reading. So you don't just get one video, you get 12. And then there also is a bonus tier, which is 20 USD a month or 32 Australian a month, and that includes pick a card. So I've been spending some time channeling different energies for pick a card readings, and I'm really excited to get them out there and have you guys watch them and yeah, get them into the YouTube and Patreon sphere. Anyway, so Leo, thank you so much for being here. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node, and let's jump into it. So Leo, I had a look at your chart, your astrological chart, to channel the energies, to do the channeled message this month, and that's how I'm going to do them moving forward. Okay, so Leo, I got a feeling that you may be more internal this month as you're wrapping up your solar year. So on your birthday, that is your solar return. That is when the sun returns to the same degree point that you were born on. And this actually creates a new chart for us for that year. So you will have a solar return chart, which is like your chart for that year of your life. So for example, I turned 26, I have a solar return chart for my 26th year, and I can use that chart to just help guide me with my goals and what I'm learning this year as well. So that might be something that you guys are interested in. If you do want a solar return chart, please get in touch. I would love to do one for you. Okay, and yeah, so opportunities to connect beyond the veil through your heart in meditation are especially strong right now. So lots of 12th house energy. It's that closing out, releasing, relaxing before we're starting a new, like before we have a new beginning and we're starting and we're going out and doing things again. It's more of that like reflection, review, and because of that, yeah, meditation is going to be really beneficial at this time. Anything where you just disconnect from your mind but stay connected with your heart, that's going to be really good for you. I also got your appearance style and the way that you view the world has been especially activated. You may have initiated new projects or ideas due to this confidence. However, larger universal forces are also at play, possibly causing a disconnection due to Pluto and Neptune forming a hard aspect to Mars in Leo. So by end of July, you're feeling focused on skills, work and resources, and also reflecting on the ways that you get along with others. Yes, exactly. So, yeah, as I said, like you might, with that Pluto and Neptune, it's asking for a more spiritual view of yourself mixed with a willingness to like face your fears and emotionally transform yourself to get to a new, more powerful level by breaking down what's no longer working and facing fears, facing things that you've been avoiding. And this is all being channeled into Mars and Leo. So yeah, that it's a challenging aspect, which means that there could be a little bit of, you know, situations where you're just feeling really frustrated, really like there's no time for your self-expression, things like this. But it is actually a wonderful opportunity that if you embrace those energies and you can channel them into that Mars and Leo. So you know, using those elements of emotional transformation, of spiritual foresight, of seeing things in a more compassionate lens, and also willing to, you know, do the work and do what you need to emotionally revolutionize yourself, that is going to make the way that you're asserting yourself out in life so much more powerful. People are going to feel that from you, Leo. Okay, so that's all we've got for our channel message for today. Let's jump into your card reading, and then we'll jump into the extended on Patreon. Okay, so angels of love, light, and healing, please assist me in connecting with Leo's higher self at this time. Please bring forth the messages that are most important, that are going to help Leo over these next 30 days to conquer their fears and to be in their highest alignment with all the wonderful things that they're manifesting. Okay, so what's going on with Leo right now? Okay, we have falling in love. So Leo, you could be surrounded by someone very special right now. There could be, you know, soulmate energy that is coming in for you. You may be feeling especially romantic, dreamy, yeah, just really in touch with your heart. This also says kissing the divine in another and in yourself. So maybe even falling in love with yourself, Leo. Starting to appreciate the different, you know, the different things that you do, the ways that you express yourself, all the different colors of your personality, allowing them to shine and really getting closer with yourself and understanding why you do things, and treating yourself like a soulmate, so that yeah, really giving yourself that love, that let's dive a bit deeper into it. So yeah, this could obviously apply to yourself, but it also, I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's going to be new love that's come in that's kind of shaken up your world. For others, it's going to be, yeah, falling in love with yourself and really starting to become a soulmate to yourself, starting to not rely on others for that energy and to create that energy for yourself. Okay. Oh goodness, okay. Alright, so alright, so the feelings that are going that are happening underneath this falling in love kind of energy that you're in, we have Pelican, which is self-sacrifice, and we also have Blue Bottles, which is abandonment. So I'll show you these cards because they're beautiful. The saltwater reading deck. So cool. Yeah. So yeah, so Leo, yeah, there's been an energy of potentially in love, you're always feeling like you're self-sacrificing to be able to actually get that love that you want and that you crave and that you desire. You may feel like you're having to really, yeah, sacrifice big parts of yourself to be able to get that. Obviously, which is not fair to you. Like some, you know, like we sometimes sacrifice things that are worthy of sacrificing, you know, like I sacrifice my, maybe my time so that I work on something because I know it will pay off later. But what this is more saying is that, like, yeah, there is a pattern here of self-sacrifice when you fall in love that Spirit's trying to bring to your attention because it needs to be addressed. And what it looks like is self-sacrifice often leads to self-abandonment. And likely when we abandon ourselves, if we're in love with someone and they truly love us for who we are, and the relationship requires us to self-sacrifice and abandon ourselves to stay with that person, they will eventually abandon us too, because when, like, we've come so far from who we were just to be what they want, and then they will also realize, like, oh, this isn't what I want. You know, it's that energy of kind of like when someone, you know, turns themselves inside out just to secure love or to secure a partner, and then, you know, like 6 months down the road, that person's like, you're nothing like who I first met. You've completely changed and you're so different that we don't really gel the same, and they leave. But then that leaves you feeling completely abandoned. Like, I turned myself inside out for you. I did everything that I could for this person, and I abandoned myself even to secure this, and now I'm completely abandoned and I'm feeling, you know, lost in emotion. You know, and also flip this where it resonates. So if you're the person, like, if you can tell that you have very strict expectations and judgments of others to the point where you require them to sacrifice things that they truly love and care about, or that make up a part of them, you know, essentially encouraging them to abandon themselves for love, then that's something that you really need to take an honest look at and question where in yourself you're doing that. Because we often, you know, things that we do to people we love, we're doing to ourselves as well. And so it's going to be really important to get to know that part of yourself so that you can address it, and so that you can you know, come into closer connection with yourself and others. Like, I read this, there was this meme on Instagram, and it was like, the loudest way to love someone is to love, like, let them be themselves, like, let them be fully themselves. And I couldn't agree more that, you know, people are so, magnificent and unique and silly and weird and strange and beautiful. Like, you know, there's so many different interesting lovable aspects to people, but you need to show them love and acceptance for the for that flower to open. Almost like people aren't going to show you their funniest, weirdest, wildest sides when they feel judged, or they feel like they have to sacrifice parts of themselves just for approval or just for love. Okay, let's dive into it deeper, Leo. So let's find out if this is you or them, what's happening. So Spirit, what is happening with Leo right now? So Leo, it looks like you're trying to start something new in the physical. There's been like a new opportunity that you've been made aware of, that you're really passionate about manifesting and like calling toward you. You know you have everything you need to be able to create this for yourself. You're very confident. But there is an energy of just like absolute resistance and closed offedness to what the universe is offering you. There's something emotional that's trying to come through, but you're very closed off to it. Yeah, like you've been very disappointed, and Spirit is trying to offer you something to, like, you know, to help you feel emotionally secure and feel give you that missing piece that you need in your emotional realm to feel more stable. But there's been a real big resistance to accepting that. You've been not following your highest path. There's been something, or you know, you can either be like not following your you're doing something unconventional, but it can also show that you're not following your soul's highest path, that there's some kind of resistance to you know, like to your to spiritual authority. So maybe to your guides, maybe to source, maybe there's been some kind of intuition that you haven't been listening to. Let me just have a look. Yeah, so like you've had to use a lot of your inner strength to get through this time. You've had to really rely on yourself. You've had to trust Spirit, and to Spirit's been trying to tell you that true strength comes from within, that you don't need to assert your power and dominance over others, that it is something that you've always had, the inner strength that you're searching for. You've always had the power that that you know that you're wanting to gain, that you are an infinite soul and you came here with magnificent power and divinity, and it is in your soul mission to discover this and to know this and to work with it, because we have Temperance here as well. So your guardian angels are coming through and just trying to assist you to temper this energy. It might not actually be a bad thing. Like maybe you're not going against your soul's path, but maybe you're just going against what like religion or what society would say is a spiritual path. You might be doing something a bit different, and your guardian angels are trying to tell you that yes, you have the strength. You have the strength to be able to do this, and it's always been inside you, and that they're assisting you in balancing this out to not go too far, because it does look like you feel like there was an injustice done that you need to really defend and fight off. Okay. What was all this about? You felt like cut off from messages. You may have felt like energy you were sending out wasn't being received, or maybe things that you're doing have been backfiring. What else? What is this about? Yes, okay, yeah. All right, well, whatever's been happening in this situation, Leo, there is a the Judgment card is here. So there needs to be a reawakening. There needs to be a real honest review of what your life, what you've been doing in your life up until this point, what you want from your life, the ways in which you've been pursuing love really needs to be reviewed and looked at. Because with the Judgment card, it's like, what do we... It's like, what do we, like, it's that, like, that scene in that vision of, like, if, how they say in the Bible, you know, like how God will return or something, and then everyone gets raised from the dead, and it's like you're getting a review of, like, how did you spend your life? Are you worthy of, like, coming up to heaven, all of that. Now, obviously, that's not exactly what is happening here, but it's showing you that there is a serious reevaluation. Like, what are you living for? What are you doing all this for? Does it align with your soul and your spirit? Because Spirit's trying to encourage you to get a different perspective on whatever this is. It's saying, like, whatever this old way of doing things is not working, the new perspective that is being offered to you is going to lead to a lot of emotional fulfillment and happiness. And you may feel like you're starting again, or that, like, you're having to embody a younger energy again to do this. And that might feel pretty confusing to you. And, like, there are too many options and you don't want to go down that road. But Spirit is saying that having this this new mindset is going to actually assist you in being able to cut out emotional confusion, to really know what the best path is, and to go toward new opportunities. Spirit's offering you something in the physical. Something new is coming down and being offered, but you actually need to accept that offering. It needs to be, you know, something needs to be done for it to be brought into your life, and that will happen with this new perspective. Really reviewing, like, how you're showing up in love, and what you allow, and yeah, maybe even breaking away from old systems and old beliefs that you used to have with the Hierophant in reverse, saying that, look, this isn't working for me. I was always having to defend myself, and, like, that's not the life that I know that I can live. Things weren't getting through, and I need to reevaluate. Okay, Leo, so that, yeah, that's good. I'll see if is there any, what's Leo's higher self? What is their advice? Yes. Yeah, okay. Oh. And we have the Two of Cups, which is, like, so similar to the falling in love card. So I feel like this is really saying, like, you need to start being a soulmate to yourself. That obviously love is definitely around you. It looks like you're very attractive, very confident, but this is what your higher self is trying to call your attention to. It's like, when I see this, it's like that innocent love of, like, offering your, like, your heartfelt cup. Like, when I think of cup, it's like your emotions. It's like your heart, they're in a cup and they're offering it to each other. And that takes so much vulnerability and so much love and strength to offer that to someone else, and to be vulnerable, and to let them accept you and let them see you, and, you know, have to face that fear of being rejected or being denied, and doing it anyway. And this is saying that that kind of love, that kind of acceptance is what needs to come into your life, Leo, from you. Like, your feminine side needs to start being open and honored, as does your masculine side. They want to be in cohesion. They want to be working together in unity, because when we are functioning as our full self, our whole, we've got our feminine and masculine energy working together, pulling in miracles, taking aligned action, that's when we're in that, like, sweet spot of flow and of destiny. And that's also what we need when we're falling in love, because if we want to be loved fully and accepted fully for ourselves, and, you know, feeling safe enough to be our wild, silly selves, then we have to love other people like that. We have to create that vibration, create that energy. And so that's what's being really offered to you right now, Leo. So that's awesome. That's so beautiful. Let's see if there's any further advice before we jump into your extended reading over on Patreon. I hope to see you guys there. If this is resonating, please do like, share, comment. Share it with a friend. I really, really appreciate it. Put it on Insta story. And follow me on Instagram, Molly the Star Kid. I'd love to have you guys over there. Okay, what is Leo's advice, Spirit? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. And is there any other advice? How can they be a soulmate to themselves? Okay, cool. All right, Leo, so your first guidance card is self-energy. Sever energetic cords. So we have Archangel Michael delivers powerful healing to sever energetic cords of attachment and rebalance your energy fields. Cool. So definitely, if you have found that, you know, you're more self-sacrificing in relationships and it's leading to not the best, you know, use of your energy, make sure that you're asking Archangel Michael. Use your voice. Say, Archangel Michael, right now, please sever this energetic cord. I'm having difficulty, you know, not giving energy to it. I know it doesn't serve me, but I'm in a pickle. Can you please sever this cord for me? Can you please send me loving divine energy to help me feel at peace and centered as I release this and call back my power? Because Leo, you deserve to have all your energy rebalanced and fired up within you to start working towards your highest and best. Don't let someone else's inability to love you for your full self get in the way of you loving you for your full self. And if you haven't been able to, you know, like if you are more of the self-sacrificer who feels like they're getting abandoned and, you know, having to deal with these abandonment wounds, just know that if something didn't work out, that is your divine protection. What is it? Redirection is protection. But Spirit's never going to allow you to harm yourself in ways that are unnecessary. They're always going to try and give you an out. They're always going to try and assist you and show you what they can see and, you know, get you to take the highest, most graceful, easeful path. Yeah, so just make sure that you are asking for that help because you deserve it. You're worthy of it and you deserve to have this situation transform just as your higher self wants and to really come into that soulmate energy. Okay, your next card of advice is creative solutions. Think outside the square. Archangel Michael assists you now to consider and examine alternative options. This will lead to a peaceful and perfect resolution of issues at hand. And yeah, exactly. Remember, guys, as well, we have the Hanged Man. So like, as I said earlier, meditation is going to be very, very helpful. If you're not a meditator, like if you need more stuff to do, then maybe you want to do some exercise, go for a walk. You may want to do some automatic writing, scribing, painting, drawing, pretty much anything where you feel your creative energy flowing, you feel relaxed, and insights and new visions and new ideas can come to you. Okay, and now with the guidance to assist you in getting into that highest vibrational energy, we have family protection, a rainbow blessing. So Archangel Michael advises you to invoke the rainbow light spectrum. It will bring protection and blessings to your family and loved ones. That's so cool. So yeah, make sure you're invoking rainbow light whenever you need assistance, whenever you feel like you want protection for yourself, your loved ones, and your family, and that will come through for you, Leo. Okay guys, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed doing this reading. That was so cool. We're going to jump into your extended reading now, and if not, I'll see you guys next month. Bye, Leo.